Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It is working now. We do have the group stage draw. I may or may not have had a small issue with that, but that is okay. That is all fixed now. I don't think this is showing the correct thing. There we go. So that's gonna be the groups that we're gonna draw people into. But obviously, I will not just let people watch this without having any clue what's even going on. You've just seen me play bingo, and we've talked a lot about the bingo tournament in the past. But for people that don't know what the bingo tournament is about, I've made a small introduction. Wait, loud? What is loud? My mic or what? Why is it louder than on normal scenes? Well, anyways, I'll try to fix that. Is it loud? Fine for me, okay. Okay, cool. Well, anyways, that was my professional intro being done. I'll be giving you a small rundown on how bingo works. But before we can start into today's event, let's actually recap what this tournament is about. It will be played in a 1 versus 1 setting with the bingo lockout rules. So there will be a board with 25 different goals you can achieve in Harry Potter 2 for the PC. Once one of the runners completes a goal, they can mark it in their own color, and after they claim it, it's gone for good. No matter how close the other person is, they cannot get it anymore. And whoever runner manages to claim more than 50% of the goals wins. Okay, I think it is the same video I used for the last tournament, that is true. But I think with that explanation, people probably understand the idea of a lockout bingo. That's what the tournament is going to be in for 3 weekends. Next weekend it starts, then the week after there's one, and then the 2nd to 3rd there's also going to be a bingo tournament weekend. We can quickly look at this, which is, I hope you still hear me, you do, which is the list of our competitors, because I guess there is a little bit more to explain how the draw works as well, and how this came to be. But essentially we have our 16 people that have signed up for this tournament, so shout outs to them already for going through the mental hell and pressure that bingo is. A lot of amazing people, and we have played up to 16 seeding matches offline before. And this order of people that you see right here from 1 to 16 is basically how well people played during those. So we took the average times of the top 3 performances, and this is how people ranked. So we have them from Beaver, who had the fastest time, which I guess does not surprise anyone, all the way down to Jessica, who sadly couldn't really play the seedings because she's a mom, so she has a good excuse. But I still had to rank her in 16. Anyways, the way it's gonna work is that we're gonna split those 16 people into 4 pots. So the top 4 is gonna be pot 1, 5 to 8 is gonna be pot 2, 9 to 12 is gonna be pot 3, and the remaining 4 are gonna be pot 4. And then we're gonna draw 1 person from each pot into group A, B, C, and D. So everyone who's in the same pot will not be playing each other during the tournament. And I think that's all there is to explain about this. I'll be hosting it. It will be on my channel. I'll be commentating a lot, but not everything. There will be other people commentating throughout the day. I'll need some breaks and take some breaks, but yeah, it will be on this channel. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I think we can start with the first wheel of the day. Right? I think we're all ready. I think we're all good to go. So we have, this is the wrong wheel, I just realized. We have the group 1, or the pot 1, which consists of Beaver, Portal, Luzak, and myself. We had the top 4 seeding times, so, well, let's spin it. I hope you hear the sound, I'm not sure. So I am very curious. Right now, I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference yet what it lands on. We're just gonna have whoever is gonna be first in the group, I guess. And it looks like it's going to Beaver, actually, coincidentally, also the person with the... how do I do this? With the fastest seeding average time, which is kind of important. Avoid group A at all costs, I already hear, which Yeah, I can kind of see why. And we can take a look at Beaver's achievements. I've prepared one of those for all the runners just so people can get to know them a bit more. But obviously, I mean, he doesn't need much of an introduction, right? He's been running, he's the person in this tournament that's been running the game for the longest time, by far. Also the one who had the fastest seeding time by far. You can keep the 23:51 in mind, because a lot of other people are very far away from that. But you never know exactly. In bingo, there's RNG, there's a lot of stuff. You never know what's gonna happen. Obviously, also the freaking tournaments or like world records, 52 main HB2 records. Oh, why does it say glitches B tourney winner? That's supposed to be bingo. I might have messed up there. Bingo tourney winner 2021 and 22. That's the important one. He won that one, both of them. So he's obviously gonna go in as the favorite for this year as well. And again, the best average, I think, kind of proves that. All right, let's go. Yeah, the Octo Elimination ones looked a bit different back then. But yeah, those were from the last bingo tournament. Who's gonna be in Group 2? It looks like it might be me. Yes, I think pretty certainly is gonna be me. As the 4th seed, I guess I'll be leading Group B, which, again, doesn't really mean much yet, because we don't know the other people in that group yet. I mean, yeah, I don't... It kind of feels weird if I introduce myself, but hello, I've run this game quite a bit. I've never really won anything. But, hey, I guess. That's me, hello. I think we might as well just continue. Let's just keep this up. I want trivia. Yeah, I didn't put the trivia ones on there. I got 4th ones in the last bingo tournament, which sadly I only put top 3 achievements on there. I started running HB2. Like, I started HB3 earlier, but HB2 was basically late 2018. HB3 was like early 2019. Luzak is gonna be heading or leading Group C. So we already know Portal is gonna be Group D. Obviously, we're gonna spin the wheel again for that one as well. Just like they do it when FIFA draws stuff or any other sport, just to make sure there's no foul play. Luzak also highly decorated in both world records and tournaments. And he hasn't even been running for that long, only since 2019. 2nd seed as well, the only one remotely close to Beaver in the seeding matches with his average time. Yeah, got 3rd in the Glitches tourney, 2nd in last year's bingo tournament. And I think if anyone can beat Beaver this year, Luzak might be the one to keep an eye out for. That's safe to say. Yeah, well, we'll spin the wheel. It's just complete darkness. I love it. I'm very curious who that's gonna be. It could be anyone, certainly. It's gonna be a big surprise what it's gonna land on. Yeah, Luzak has not been running for like that long. It's kind of impressive. Yeah, dark like outside right now, exactly. And Pipu's spin is finally over. Has decided on Portal. I've already put him in the groups. Which my website kind of just broke. That's okay. Well, I'll fix that. Sorry for the random ad. The website kind of screwed me over there. But we'll just go over to look at Portal's achievements. Because he's another person who hasn't been running for all that long yet. Only since 2022, January. And he still racked up a lot of world records, mostly in Chungus, to be fair. And he won the Glitches B tournament, the very first tournament he's joined. So absolutely someone to look out for, someone who is very, very much, I think, a tournament player who can perform incredibly well. This is only tournaments I've hosted, by the way. So I think he might have gotten like 2nd or something in Chungus or 3rd. I'm not sure about that. I have only counted the ones that I've, that have been on my channel. Was it gonna top 4 averages? Yeah, exactly. Those were the top 4 people, the group leaders, and this is where it's gonna get interesting. We have Pot 2, which is Katashi, Renee, Flo. Wait, who's that? Who's behind that? Oh, iMac, of course, yes. Imagine knowing the pots. So we have those 4 people. So now it's gonna get interesting. Who's gonna go into Beaver's group? If it's Flo, that's gonna be the group of death already, I think. Nobody wants this, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure nobody wants into this group. Thank you, Zach. That's very kind of you. Oh, iMac was hiding, but was it enough? Oh my god, no way. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that was very close for iMac. And it is Flo. I mean, oh, that's rough. That is, I don't know who else is gonna be in that group, but that is already off to a hot start. With 2 of the absolute legends in Harry Potter speedrunning. I mean, Flo doesn't really need much of an introduction. It's a shame that this only lists the HP2 world records, because all combined, he's probably at like 400 or something. Has also been doing well in bingo tournaments. 2nd place in the first one we had in 2021. Won the Warpless tournament, did very well in all wizard cards and glitchless in the last bingo tournament. Basically in anything he's played in. Also one of the longest, well, not oldest runners, but people that run the game for the longest time. I think he's basically only in pot 2 because he couldn't play the entire 2nd weekend, so he did less matches than a lot of other people did, basically. But yeah, that's gonna be quite the group. I do not accept any bribes for people, to not draw people into this. I mean, Beaver is the longest one, yeah. Flo I think is the 3rd longest runner of HP2, with me being 2nd longest, basically. But who's gonna get into Group B? Who's gonna join me? And it looks like it's close to a German group, but no, it is Renee. Very close. Oh, that's a tough one. That is gonna be a match as well. Renee also didn't play the most of the seeding matches. Last year he was in pot 1. So he was one of the top 4. Yeah, gonna battle Renee and Chef Mike at the same time. So yeah, we could have almost made a full German group, right? Oh, we could have had a full German group, actually, true. That is now impossible with the addition of Renee to my group, which I'm too blind to find the video for. Oh, there. Imagine knowing the alphabet. But there we go. Renee, also one of the very new runners. I mean, feels like he's been here forever. He's such a big part of this community, but technically only running since 2022, at least HP2. And last bingo tournament, he had a high seed and then kind of went out in groups, went 1 to 3. And I'm sure he wants to try that, or he wants to make that better or do that better this year. Wants to get out of groups and redeem himself. We have 2 people left. Someone is gonna join. Luzak in Group C. I'm secretly French, though. Yeah, I should have given myself the French flag. That's very true. I mean, Netherlands, Germany, it's close enough. Close enough. And it is gonna be... Oh, Katashi and Luzak. That is a battle as well. I mean, to be fair, all of the people in pot 2 are just so good. It's just gonna be very, very difficult no matter who it is. They're all gonna be battles. Oh my god, why does this website keep on breaking? Stop doing that, please. But yeah, Portal is not happy with this. Well, I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be happy with having to face iMac. But I know he wanted Katashi, because if you've been following last year's tournament, there was one match that came down literally to the second, which was Portal versus Katashi, but we might still get to see that in the knockouts. But it will not happen in the group stage. Katashi did incredibly well in last year's bingo tournament, where he beat me in the match for 3rd place. And yeah, 3rd place in 2022, so he has something to prove. Isn't the first color on the wheel always black in this? The first color? Oh yeah, that's probably why it stays black. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why it's the void, yeah. Yeah, anyways, he has something to prove. This tournament is 6-2 in tournament matches, which is actually a very impressive score, only losing like 2 matches. And I believe he's been in 2021 as well. So, Yeah, absolute bingo Madlat. And I'm very curious to see that battle with Luzak and the rest of the group, of course, depending on who's going to get drawn into that. I'm already going to add IMEC to the group with Portal, which is also going to be an interesting fight. I can only repeat myself. IMEC also another person who could only play one of the seeding weekends because of time reasons. And to be honest, I would not be surprised if he would have gotten Pod 1, if he would have played more matches, or if he could have played more matches. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one for Portal. Interesting group so far. IMEC obviously a lot of Chungus records in CE. A good bunch. Absolutely seasoned runner since 2021. Also did perform quite well in bingo tournaments. Beat me, for example, last year. As one of the people, I'm not sure who else, but went 4-2, which is absolutely not a shabby score at all. Good average as well, all things considered, from the matches he played. So that is gonna be very, very interesting. Polska Gorom, yes, exactly. One of the Polish runners, same as Luzak, representing the Polish crew. We have a pot 3. This is where it's really gonna get interesting. None of those people wants to get into group 1. I'm pretty sure. So one of those. And I think they're all in chat apart from Jamie, right? You are, I think, comfortably in group 3, Mark. Oh, welcome back, Beaver. Yeah, you're gonna love that draw already. Yeah, we'll see. So we have Mark, Dino, Pegs, and Jamie in this pot. Jamie, the one who joined this tournament essentially on Sunday, because we had people drop out. So I would feel very bad for him, I won't lie, if he gets into Group A. But we'll see. We'll find out what happens. The wheel decides at the end of the day. 9th seed would be insane. I think that's Dino, right? The highest out of those 4 seeds. Oh, that was really close for Jamie. But it is Mark, who is visibly unhappy about it. But it is a top 3 advances situation, so it's not necessarily over if you get into that group, even though obviously Flo and Beaver are difficult competition. And being third in a group is not great entering the knockout stage, of course. But, well, you know, Mark's still very seasoned runner, obviously, since 2019. It is a bit of a lie. Like, he's been playing that, I guess, or he did a run in 2019. I wouldn't call him the most active HP2 runner of all time. But, yeah, no HP2 world records. Or did I miss one? You got first Chungus run? I don't think that's on the document. Is it? I checked the document for it. Maybe I fucked up. Anyways, let's just be tourney 3rd place. That's oh, and 1 category extension world record, I guess. That I forgot. That's my bad. I don't know how I didn't see that, but sorry about that. Anyways, he's a tournament player. That much I can tell you. Mark is usually someone who does quite well in tournaments when he's not drunk. So, we have the next person who's gonna... Wait, I think Mark didn't disappear, right? Did he? Oh no, there's 3 people. Okay, we're good. The next person who is going to join myself and Renee. And it looks like it is going to be Jamie. Oh, it's close though. It might be Pax. No, the wheel stopped. Wow, that was really close. So Jamie, again, wasn't even in the tournament since basically Sunday. So he only did 1 seeding match, basically. Because he just couldn't have done more, obviously. Performed really well though. A lot better than in his first bingo tournament last year. But yeah, he went 1-3 in the last bingo tournament, picking up a win against Gertie, and I think losing the rest of his matches. Funnily enough, I think I was in his group last year as well. So I guess the wheel likes to draw us together. C12, We'll see what he can do. He's a bit of a wild card with basically no practice because he didn't know he's gonna play in this. Absolute shoutouts to him for joining this, honestly. That's very much appreciated, first of all, and pretty giga chat move. Okay, let's see. We're gonna know pretty much 2 groups with this draw. We have Pax and Dino remaining. One of them is gonna join the group of Luzak and Katashi. Is it gonna be the double German or is it gonna be the British joining the group? And it is, I can't tell. Apparently Dino. I guess I'm just gonna believe the wheel because that was impossible to see. But still no double German in a group, I think, which is very surprising because we have loads of them in the tournament. Which makes this a very, very interesting group now, I would say. That's gonna be very interesting. Like, what's interesting to note is that if we look at this, if you look at Dino's average seeding time, you might notice that it's exactly the same that Renee has, who was in pot 2, which is really unfortunate because he was literally just seconds off Renee's average. So basically, he could have also been very well placed in pot 2, which, yeah, makes this group difficult. That is tough. Like, Dino in there now, that's gonna be a tough fight for, I think, yeah, the group win 2nd and 3rd place. And we don't even know who's the 4th player yet, who could also scramble this up quite a bit. But yeah, also season runner since 2020, got 3rd place in the Glitchless B tournament, which was, we've done that a while ago, but it was quite stacked, so a pretty good achievement. Pretty well done back then. We'll see what he can do in bingo. And as always, we'll spin the wheel. I really, really wonder who it's gonna land on here. Also the 4th runner to do a full series, yep, very versatile. Has a loads of stuff going for him, so it's gonna be an interesting group. And then I'm already gonna put Pax in there. Your OCD requires a proper draw. Hey, we gotta finish it. We gotta make sure it's not rigged. Not Pax for sure. No, I would expected someone else to be in there as well. I am very surprised that we have Pax joining the group of a Portal and iMac, which, oh, that's a very interesting one as well. That is gonna be a very, very difficult one, I think, as well for all of them. And if you're pot 4, like, do you want to be drawn in any of those groups? I think they're all pretty dang strong. So it's gonna be tough. Yeah, Pax, another new-ish runner, basically joined at the end of last year, but still has achieved quite a bit in that short period of time. Has picked up quite a bit of skill. I mean, being 3rd pot in the seeding already is kind of a showcase of that. And I'm very curious what he can do, honestly, in his first bingo tournament this year. Very, very hyped. What group would not be interesting? That is true. Group A is literally the most boomer it gets. That is actually true. We only have, like, really runners that have been in the community for a while in that pot, which is kind of interesting. Or which have been running HP2 for a while. Anyways, I am a bit afraid. Is this the last tournament for this year? Yeah. I want to do a glitchless one at the start of next year, but yeah. I'm a bit afraid to spin this wheel. I will die if Garrity goes in. He's gonna be so upset. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll just let it spin. And someone is gonna be very upset at the end of this. Because this group, it's quite the group. Interesting predictions I see in chat as well. Let's see if they come in true. And it looks like, oh. Well, that is that is a tough group to be in. The Boomer group, though, as Mark called it himself, so I'm allowed to say that. The Boomer group does get broken up by the newest runner in this tournament, basically. Because Luke has started running this year. May 28th was the first Chungus run he submitted. And I mean, I think it's the correct place to already say big shout outs and big respect that he just started learning bingo basically out of nowhere for this tournament, which is absolutely appreciated. Giga chat move. Basically only did Chungus before, and just from Chungus to bingo, it's quite a big step. And still got a pretty solid average seeding time. Got a sub 1 time in bingo, so that is far from bad. And it is a tough group though. It is a very tough group. We'll see how it plays out. I am not jealous of that spot. I don't think I would want to be in that group. But we have 3 more groups to settle. This is gonna be the final participant or the final person joining my group, together with Renee and Jamie. Oh, can I call it my group? I'm not entirely sure. But it is gonna be... Oh my god, so far I think Felia's prediction is correct, except if it keeps on spinning a bit more. Who is it? Oh, it is Miney. I think with the very last millimeter, Miney will be joining this group, which I think Miney said in chat, yeah, will most certainly take B. I thought so. I thought I read that earlier. It's an interesting group. It's a very interesting group. I am very curious how this plays out. We have with that seed 12 and 13 in one group, which is gonna be, I think, an interesting fight. An interesting fight for progressing in the group stage. But it's also bingo, so you never know what happens. Like, anyone can beat anyone. That's basically how it works in bingo. Yeah, Miney though, obviously also, I mean, everyone in this community knows Miney. I think I would be surprised if someone doesn't know them. But HP2 wise, they've been running since August 16th, 2022, which isn't all that long ago, but it's also more than a year, so quite some HP2 experience there, with also, you know, a good sub 1 average seeding time. Gonna be their first bingo tournament, so I'm very, very curious how this is gonna play out. Gonna be really fun to see. I'm very much looking forward to see Miney in this. Can't wait. We have one more spin. Well, 2 more spins, technically, but one more, I guess, important spin, which is going to be for Group C. Luzak, Kitashi, and Dino. Who is gonna join them? And it looks like it's going to be Jessica, except if the wheel spins like much further, but no. It is Jessica, who we actually, it's really hard to judge how good she is at bingo. I have seen her play it a bit live on stream a couple times, where she did do quite well. It's just gonna be interesting to see how she transitions that into lockout, because as I said, she did not get to play the seeding matches. So yeah, again, it's really hard to judge the skill level. Also her first bingo tournament ever. So again, we can't really tell. So she's gonna be a bit of a wild card, which is gonna be very interesting. Runs HP since 2021 though, so there is definitely a good skill set. Did a lot of glitchless especially. So I'm very curious to see how that plays out in Group C. Kitashi, Dino, Luzak are all very strong competition though. It's gonna be hard to take a match from either of them, but well, we'll find out. Who's gonna be the last? It could really be anyone at this point. I am very curious. Thanks, Beaver. I'll let you know if I can figure stuff out. We'll see. So far, availabilities look pretty good. Yeah, is it Garrity or is it Garrity? Or maybe it's Garrity, who actually joined in time to be the last person drawn, so quite convenient. Joins the group with Portal, IMEC, and Pax. At least we have one German battle. That's what I've been looking for the entire time. We have Pax and Garrity facing eventually. Very interesting group as well. Very, very interesting group. Group D seems closest. It's really hard to tell. Like, there's just some people in there whose skill level in Lockout specifically I can't really judge, because it's like their first tournament. So even if they've done well in like Triple Bingo, it's like, you know, you don't really know how they're gonna do in Lockout. But obviously also for completion's sake, we have Gerdi, who was 14th seed. So far not with the best track record in bingo tournaments in last year's tournament, but I think that's even more motivation to do it better now. Shoutouts to him for being in this, by the way. I know he's been quite busy lately, so thanks for taking the time off for this. Also running since 2019, so absolute HP2 veteran with the best profile picture, very true. Joining Group D. And there we have it. That is our groups. I think I can make that a bit prettier as well, I believe. Yes, there we go. Wait, actually, you know what? I shall go to a different scene for that. Just to make sure we get one good look at our groups. Bear with me, I did not make a scene for that because I came prepared. There we go. Yeah, there we have it. That's our groups. Just the quick recap, starting with Group A, the group of death, I think is fair to say. We have Beaver, Flo, Mark, and Luke. It's gonna be very interesting, the Boomer group. Then we have the one I got drawn into with Renee, Jamie, and Miney, which I'm actually very excited about. I'm very curious how that plays out. Especially who makes it out. Then we have Luzek, Katashi, Dino, and Jessica in Group C. Also, I mean, they're all exciting groups, what can I tell you? And then last but not least, Portal, Imek, Pax, and Gerdi. The schedule for this will be released on pretty much all Discords, I think. Like, it's definitely gonna be on the main Harry Potter Discord, on the tournament Discord, on my Discord as well. Whenever I finished it, which I'll try to be doing tonight. So you can keep an eye out for that. And then apart from that, it starts this weekend. It starts in... how many days? 4. 4 days. So you can be looking forward to some bingo action. I'm incredibly hyped about that. 3 people of each group advancing, by the way. I don't think I said that yet. So only one person gets knocked out. But obviously, if you're third in the group, you will have to play someone who's been first, I believe, in the group. So ideally, you want to get first for like the best chance.